Welcome to the University of Derby for tonight's National Basketball League Division 1 clash between the Derby Trailblazers and the Worthing Thunder. Good evening, everyone. John Hobbs alongside Darren Paul. Darren, great to have you on board for today's game between these two teams. A lot of history between these two teams as we go up to about 90 seconds until tip-off. Your thoughts on what should be a cracking encounter?
I mean, you just said it there. It's going to be a cracking encounter. Very exciting. Two very, very good basketball teams. Now, the Worthing Thunder, they're not who we expect them to be right now, but I know that they've brought in players, brought in a player coach, and they're really excited about what they can bring and what they can show everybody on the national stage tonight.
Absolutely. We'll go quickly to the two teams, starting with the Derby Trailblazers. And of course, right now, just one defeat so far this season. That came at the edge of the Nottingham Hoods, but still a very strong team that Coach Matt Shaw has brought into this season.
Yeah, I was talking to Matt Shaw before the game. He's really happy with the consistency, the continuity, the players that they've brought back, and that has been really key for them. The way they've used the ball, the way they've moved the ball, and their efficiency in shooting. Second best in the league from three, second best field goal in the league, and the second lowest turnovers with just 11.2 per game.
Right there, as we were just discussing earlier, a lot of firepower on that, led of course by Malcolm Smith, Rob Marsden, Raheem May-Thompson. If we now go to the Worthing Thunder team, the visitors for tonight's game, and of course handing a debut to number 0, Jake Einan. A talented player, great shooter, but also as well, a number of players that can get the job done. Hafiz Abdul also springs to mind.
Yeah, again, they're a really talented collection of players. They're a really talented bunch. And as they've added Jake Einan, that's a really exciting add. I was talking to Ishmael Fontaine pre-game. He's super excited to not be gardening every week, but also what he's going to bring to this program. They're looking at tonight as a real big opportunity to show the league what they're really all about.
So here we are, tip-off now set, and the Thunder get the first possession of this game, and here is Tom Ward. Johnson, Thompson, here is Einan with his first touch as a Thunder player, puts up the first shot and makes the first shot of the game.
That's going to lift his confidence and the team's confidence, immediately making the impact.
Of course, Derby coming into this game having beat Team Newcastle up in the northeast last week. Two of those players, Sam Maston and Malcolm Smith, made the rebounds team of the week.
Malcolm Smith, he was on a tear that day. 31 points, 14 rebounds. If you're a stat head, 38 efficiency, that is absolutely wild.
Here is Einan again going glass, too strong on the follow, Johnson Thompson.
Again, already linking really nicely. That was a fantastic little pick and roll that they ran. Did the Worthing Thunder. They're up 4-0.
Good start here for the Thunder as Maston driving inside. This is everything. Good hustle there from Smith, but a whistle has gone.
For me, that's going to be really, really important. That's going to be one of the big keys of the game today, is how they can defend the interior, because we know Derby love to shoot it from outside. And if you have to pick your poison, keep the home strong.
Here is Johnson Thompson on the ball. Here is Abdul. 4-0 in favour of the Thunder. Early doors here at Derby Uni. Hafiz Abdul driving at Smith as the shot clock expired. And Marsden with his first rebound of the game. As the ball goes out of bounds and the Trailblazers will retain the possession.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Tom Ward there. They did a lot of the right stuff, Worthing. But a second bite of it, 14 on the clock for Derby.
Smith, Raheem May-Thompson at the top, and Einan collects the rebound. Now straight away Thunder breaking in transition. Johnson Thompson with the offensive rebound and puts it in again. And Thunder have raced out to a 6-0 lead.
I mean, we always thought the start of this game is going to be very, very important. Derby, a team who like to start hot. Worthing, last time out, really struggled to start.
Dietrich for three.
He's been locked in all day long. In the warm-up, looking very dangerous. Makes his mark already.
Nearly 3 minutes gone in the first. Okiki to Ward. Ward with May Thompson in his face. And Maston collects the loose ball. Marsden. Around it goes to May Thompson. Smith looking for options. Inside to Maston. Good defense there. Believe that was Johnson Thompson.
That's a phenomenal stand by Johnson Thompson.
Ward, a corner three. Both players on the floor at the other end. Ball goes out of bounds, and that will be a Derby ball.
That was a brilliant, brilliant stand by Johnson Thompson. You did think that Derby had found the key. Not able to get by the big man.
Maston. Dietrich inside to Marsden. Marsden looking for options, finds it in Dietrich at the top. Maston with the offensive board, and he puts it in at the second attempt.
That's a good play, but that pick and roll Rob Marsden ran, that was absolutely beautiful. A pass tighter into his chest, and he's going straight up for two. As it is, they get the points.
Ward. Einen pass is intercepted, and a kickball has been called.
Slowing things down. Gotta respect it.
Here is Maston for the Trailblazers. Worthing up 6-5. 4 minutes played in the first. Maston driving inside, beautifully done from Maston, driving at Hafiz Abdul. Sam Maston, 33 points on 12 for 20 shooting last week against Team Newcastle. Leading scorer in Division 1 as Jake Einen again, this time from downtown.
That's big. That's exactly what Worthing needed. They needed a response. They've been gone scoreless the last couple of times up the floor.
Einen now has 5 for the Thunder. May Thompson answers at the other end. Big welcome to everyone now joining us on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Just having a few minor internet issues. But we hopefully are now on air and you can hear us as Smith comes up with the steal. Maston a 3. And Abdul with the rebound. Here is Einen, making his debut for the Thunder, and so far on 5 points. Okiki, who played for Team Newcastle last season, first season with the Thunder on the South Coast, as Johnson Thompson goes inside.
It's a great drive by Einen. Drew the attention in the middle and able to drop off inside as Tom Ward put on the pressure.
Great defense, yeah, great defense from Tom Ward. And his defense pays off as Thunder get possession.
Fantastic stand by Tom Ward in particular. And again, that's what they're going to need to be. Now my question, they're quite a short bench, just the 4 players. How are they going to carry this intensity? Because it's what has got them such success so far in the game.
Worthing up 9-11. 4:26 remaining in the first. Einen. Abdul, no hesitation, and a 3 for Hafiz Abdul.
Inside, outside, it doesn't matter to Hafiz Abdul. He's going to put it down.
First points of the game for Hafiz Abdul for 3. Dietrich. May Thompson driving at Johnson Thompson, kicks it out. Corey Johnson with 2 on the shot clock. Johnson rattles in a 3 on the buzzer.
Just comes into the game, first time he's had the ball in his hands, sinks it under pressure. What an acquisition he was.
Only had 7 points last week, did Corey Johnson. All of those points coming in the second half against the Thunder as Abdul responds for 3. And a quick timeout has been called. No, a substitution has been called as John Fairburn comes into the game. Tom Ward will take a seat. John Fairburn, who averaged 14 points for the Solent Kestrel's second team last season in NBL Division 2, shooting 45% from the field, shade under 33% from three-point land. Managed slightly better than his twin brother Tyler, who was 43% from the field for the same team in the same league. As Johnson goes inside, and a foul called, and Corey Johnson will go to the line.
Looked like it was called on Johnson Thompson. He certainly doesn't look too pleased about it. First foul of the game, very clean start to things. Absolutely rattled by the first, what, 7 minutes
7
almost?
minutes, yeah. Those 7 minutes flew by, didn't they? And this is the first foul of the game, as you said, Darren. And there's Corey Johnson, a former Leicester Riders, Newcastle Eagles player, actually won the British Basketball League title in the 2020-2021 season from the prestigious Harvard University. Being a man that lives in Cambridge, you should know about prestigious universities.
Oh, we absolutely do. There's 2 of them in our town. He puts them both down.
As Johnson knocks them both, and the Trailblazers trail by 3 points. 3:10 left in the first. Here is Okiki. Great crowd here as well inside the University of Derby. Okiki marked by Harrison, making his first appearance this season in NBL Division 1. He played in the opening Kit King Trophy game against the Manchester Magic, but came out for injury, actually dislocated his shoulder in that game, but is back here tonight.
Yeah, let's catch up with Jace for the game. He's feeling an awful lot better, and it's great to see him getting minutes on the floor.
Hey, Thompson with the short jumper off the feed from Harrison. Tyler Fairburn couldn't get the pass, and now it's 2-on-1, and Tyler Fairburn was easy pickings there for the Trailblazers, who now lead by 1.
Yeah, Jace Harrison getting his first points of the season. That'll feel good for him.
Started all 28 games in Division 1 for the Trailblazers last season. Actually coaches the WNBL Division 2 side, who played earlier today, so double duty for Jace. Here he is again on the ball. Drives at John Fairburn. Inside it goes to Smith. Smith misses everything. They reset. Johnson, a 3, and the rebound by Okiki.
Good defense by Fairburn. Kept it clean, kept it fair. Made it really difficult for the man in possession.
Einan on 5 points. Blocked by May Thompson, and away come the Trailblazers. And the pass asking a little too much of Corey Johnson.
John Fairburn there taking a fair whack of contact. One thing about Worthing, last couple of moments, they have gone a lot less direct.
As Ishmael Fontaine prepares to check into the game, but couldn't get his warm-up top off. Now he checks in.
Coming in for Tyler Okiki. Again, I wonder if this is going to make them play a little bit more direct, because the last 2 minutes, a lot more on the outside, whereas earlier they were just trying to shove it down Derby's claw.
Charlie Brown comes into the game for the first time as well for the Trailblazers, the traditional pass-first point guard, subbing in for Sam Maston, who takes a seat. Abdul's pass asking a little too much, this time of Tyler Fairburn, as John Fairburn tried to keep it in, but couldn't get it done, and a backcourt violation called. 1:18 left in the first quarter, and for Worthing's top start, they started 6-0, And now the Trailblazers lead 18-17. Here is Brown. Brown in his 6th season with the senior team, as Smith goes all the way and a foul. 31 points on 11 for 16 shooting, Darren, and for Malcolm Smith, consistency has been the key for him throughout his NBL career. And you can see why. He just picks the right shots, and the high percentage is absolutely phenomenal. As said, 11 for 16 on 68% shooting last week against Newcastle.
No, it's absolutely tremendous. Testament to, that's why he's such a sought-after player. Why Derby are so thrilled to have him, and why he's won what he's won in the National Basketball League Division 1.
53% from the field last season for the Trailblazers on 21 points. Actually led the team in points that season, as inside Tyler Fairburn. Beautiful cut to the basket for Tyler Fairburn.
Very good find by Hafiz Abdul as well.
Harrison to May Thompson. Johnson screaming for it, gets it. Blows by Fairburn, and the ball goes straight out of bounds and to the Thunder.
Again, another decent interior defensive performance there from, I think we can call that one Team Fairburn. And they both had an impact on that play.
Timeout has been called by the Thunder. Of course, Zaire Taylor, who came in back to playing after retiring a couple of seasons ago. Well, it was a couple of seasons ago, wasn't it? And made his return last week against Loughborough Briars, but can't suit up tonight because there is no assistant coach for the Thunder. We heard earlier on today that Chris Wright has stepped down his post as assistant coach. Zaire Taylor, a lone coach tonight, so obviously can't play. But what kind of impact do you think Zaire Taylor will have on the Thunder for this season? Obviously, veteran leadership is one thing, and a great skill set all round.
He's such a decorated player. He's a tremendous player. Of course, throughout his career, Zaire. The one thing that I think is going to be that three-point shooting, because it's where Worthing have really struggled early defending it and attack or on offense. So his shot is still kicking from outside. So if he's good for a couple of minutes tonight and a couple of threes, had 12 points last time out, that could be a very, very valuable contribution.
Absolutely, and you want a resume, a CV. You can look no further than Zaire Taylor, a two-time NBL MVP, a BBL MVP in his final season. Well, what was his final season? It's not now. He averaged 14.6, 5 assists and 2 steals. As Thunder getting underway quickly, and Abdul over May Thompson.
Again, I think that's going to be a key for them tonight. Be aggressive, get up the floor early.
Shot clock has been turned off, so Derby are going to try and hold for the final possession. Here is Brown. Johnson, a 3. Final seconds of the first. Abdul going inside, lays it up, and agonisingly just drops out, and that ends the first quarter here at Derby University. The Trailblazers lead 23-21, having trailed 6-0 in the first few minutes of the game. So good recovery from the Trailblazers, but an open first quarter where only 3 fouls were called, and the first foul happened 7 minutes into the first. So it's been a free-flowing game so far, hasn't it? As Hafiz Abdul leads the Thunder with 8 points, leads all scorers actually with 8 points, but Corey Johnson leading the way for the Trailblazers with 5. Very balanced effort scoring-wise for the home team.
Absolutely. On that, firstly, that flow that we're seeing in the game, that's what we want to see. We want to see, we're on the national stage here, NBL Live. We want to see flowing basketball, and this has been a great advert for it so far. And, part of my mind thinking, it's like, right, you've got the 13 seconds, you're going to take it. No, shot within like 4 or 5. Yeah. It was a great decision. And again, Hafiz Abdul, he had a look for 3, thought he had a better chance inside, and it was, he was agonising close. But again, a brilliant move. I think both sides are making really good, smart decisions. That, it's just a flip of a coin, that one.
Absolutely, and The University of Derby, we're here today. This is only the second game that the Trailblazers have put on in this venue, but as you can hopefully see in a minute, a fantastic crowd inside this wonderful facility here today. And it's, for I think there's about 4 games that will be staged here in this facility this season. A great host so far for the NBL. And hopefully, building a great relationship with the University of Derby.
It's phenomenal. It's a really brilliant, high-quality venue. This crowd has been absolutely fantastic. It's been building really nicely for the last hour and a half or so. And, of course, we had the Remembrance Day minute silence, which was immaculately acknowledged pre-game.
Absolutely. These two teams playing on Armistice Day here today. Hemel Storm player Sam Newman saying that red is my colour. Well, I am a Liverpool fan, I guess, so yes, that is correct. Either way, Derby getting us underway with the first score of this second quarter. Here is Johnson Thompson for the Thunder. Tyler Fairburn to Tom Ward. Tom Ward kicks it out, the extra pass. And a 3 on the way from John Fairburn. Ball batted around a bit and away come the Trailblazers. Charlie Brown picks it up and here is Harrison. Harrison straight away for 3.
Okay, Jace. Again, both sides, they're making good decisions. That was really good ball movement earlier from Worthing. Just sometimes the shot doesn't go.
Biggest lead of the game for the Trailblazers at 7 points. Biggest lead of the game for either team, actually. As
offensive foul called on Tyler Fairburn.
That's his second foul of this game. Of course, Thunder coming into today's game 1-3. They lost last week against the Loughborough Riders, who shot the lights out from downtown. And
really
Worthing traditionally has been a hotbed for 3-point shooters, and Loughborough no exception to that rule.
Yeah, going 15-32 from 3 did Loughborough, 46.9%. When a team's hitting like that, you are going to struggle unless you're answering in kind.
May Thompson blows by Fairburn, goes inside. And now it's a 9-point lead for the Trailblazers.
It was a really good battle under the basket there with Rob Marsden easily beating Tom Ward on that occasion. One to watch, maybe.
Ward. And ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Thunder. Of course, the Trailblazers actually started life in Division 1 back in around 2007, back when they played at the old Moorways Leisure Centre, which of course was home to the Derby Storm, if you remember your basketball trivia back then. And Derby's first game in Division 1 was actually against the Thunder. Worthing won that day, 78-71. Of course, none of the Derby players. I think Matt Shaw was playing actually that day.
I think you might be right.
I won't let him know that. Luke Moore into the game for the first time, and he was on the ball there, and a shot clock violation has been called. Thunder taking a little too long on offense.
It's just a personal thing. I always want to hear a sideline letting players know, but I know that some teams don't like to operate like that.
No. Marsden wasn't expecting the pass from Jace Harrison. Harrison almost nearly got it there, but Ward will bring it up for the Thunder, trailing by 9. Einan. Currently Derby on a 7-0 start to this second quarter, and Einan goes glass, misses everything on that, and Tyler Fairburn under the basket.
Not a million miles away was Einan. Again, I like the invention. It's Derby making 2 changes.
Sam Maston and Malcolm Smith checking in. Charlie Brown will take a seat, and Jace Harrison will also head to the bench. I don't think Jace Harrison was expecting to be subbed out by Coach Matt Shaw.
I mean, no player ever wants to be subbed out, do they?
Einan. looking for Johnson Thompson, finds it at the elbow, and Johnson Thompson off the back iron, and Dietrich collects the rebound, passed straight to Johnson Thompson, who says thank you very much.
Yeah, just good read of the play, good hustle as well. Sometimes it can just be that simple.
Smith, good defense there from Tyler Fairburn. Smith gets it to go. Way to stay with the play, Malcolm Smith. And how about Malcolm Smith so far? 4 points on 2 for 4 shooting.
That was a really nice play. Again, I love that defense from Fairburn. I know the bucket went down.
Just a case of good defense, better offense.
Absolutely.
As Tyler Fairburn misses the 3, and it's now 2-on-1. Smith back to Johnson, gets it to go, and it's a double-figure lead for the Trailblazers, 34-23. As Hafiz Abdul prepares to check in momentarily for the Thunder. Fairburn, Einan, they need a response. Do the Thunder still yet to get off the mark in this second quarter? As Derby are beginning to run a little riot here.
Yeah, the Hollywood Trailblazers, as I'm sure they'll like to be known. That was a fabulous bit of play. Behind the back, sent it back to him, gets them all jumping.
And that's a tough shot as well for Corey Johnson.
Not a simple shot at all.
Definitely not the shot that he wanted, you can tell. He was kind of hoping that Malcolm Smith would just take it up himself. But either way, Corey Johnson got the shot to go, and the Trailblazers lead 34-23, shooting a massive 63% from the field so far in comparison to Thunder's 43. But Derby right now are making Derby University their home so far.
No, they absolutely are, and you know, it's one of those things that it's an obvious thing to say. Field goal is really important in basketball, field goal percentage, but it's how you contest. And to be honest with you, if I'm Worthing, I'm quite happy with how we're battling, contesting, looking to defend. However, you need that luck, and maybe you need to find, right, what do I need to do? What matchup do I need to switch? And that is exactly what Zaire will be talking over right now.
6:18 remaining in the second quarter, and the Thunder 34-23 down, and it's been an 11-2 second quarter so far. Sorry, Thunder did put points on the board, so that was my mistake, but you know, either way, Derby 11-2 second quarter so far, definitely, you know, getting into a groove here.
Oh, 100%. We're going to see what Hafiz Abdul, what change that's going to bring. He absolutely is one of the star men for this team.
What a pass as well, but Johnson blows the layup. Great find, great build-up play from the Trailblazers. Here is Einan. Ward, bit of room, puts up a long 2, and that's off the back iron. Bit of a scramble for the ball, and a jump ball or a possession arrow will go the way of Worthing. If you've just joined us on the Basketball England YouTube channel, welcome everyone. Great to have you all on board tonight from the University of Derby. Of course, Derby Trailblazers looking to establish a good partnership with the university. And as we get back to the action here at the University of Derby, here is Einan. And Einan fouled.
It's a good draw. It's a really good draw of a foul there. And it's clear he was fouled. He had more as a passing option. That's first foul on Rob Marsden. Again, what a career that guy's had, by the way. We'll talk more about him, no doubt, during the game.
10 points, 16 rebounds last week against Newcastle as Luke Moore finds a bit of daylight, and it's in and out, and Smith collects the rebound. Of course, Luke Moore last season in Division 2 with the Sussex/Brighton Bears. I think we can call them the Brighton Bears now, as a whistle has gone.
It's a veteran move.
Absolutely.
That's the only way you can call that. A veteran move from Malcolm Smith. It's going to send him to the line for 2.
Actually, no, it's not. It's going to be a baseline ball.
I stand corrected. My apologies. I thought he was in a shooting motion.
It did look like he was going for the jump shot,
Yeah,
didn't
for
it?
sure.
Here he is again on the ball, twisting and turning his way round. Marsden collects up the loose change. Johnson, the extra pass to Maston. Johnson, shot clock winding down, and in and out. The offensive rebound was batted by Smith, but Thunder survive. Ward, almost in two minds whether to shoot or pass to Einan, but Ward's shot is no good.
I'm telling you now, last week,
Maston a three, puts it in. Derby really flexing their muscles here in this second quarter. Einan, Abdul, Thunder needs something, and Abdul just about gets that three to go.
again, for the most part, I think the Thunder have been making the right call a lot of the time. That was definitely one of those.
Just offensive execution, just letting them down a little bit. As Marston inside, great find from Smith.
That was very good. Lots of options were open to him as well. Marsden picked up the mismatch, really made them pay.
Einan to Abdul, back to Einan, who thought about the long three. He can shoot them. We've seen him do it time and time before with the Kestrels, with Ipswich, and with the Essex Rebels. Of course, he came to the Thunder from London Elite, newly promoted side.
Again, I think it's a massive acquisition for Worthing. I think it's going to be really, really important this season. And, you know, one thing that I haven't actually considered, what a loss that's going to be for London Elite.
Absolutely, yeah. Einan, who spent 2 years at Jacksonville College before moving to Texas A&M, averaged 13.5 points with the Essex Rebels. May Thompson inside, and Derby now lead 41-26 with 3:40 remaining in the half. May Thompson, another one of those players that's been around the game for a long time, a lot of BBL experience as well.
Absolutely played internationally. Jace Harrison.
Maston inside to Harrison, a three, money.
Everything they want, they're getting it right now, the Trailblazers, and they are making it look very, very easy. Can assure you, it is anything but.
Okiki almost Euro-stepped his way to a travel there, but still keeps it alive. Johnson Thompson driving at May Thompson, Okiki. Shot clock winding down, and Johnson Thompson with the beautiful hook. Another one of the former Team Newcastle players. In fact, Okiki and Johnson Thompson linking up there from last season, both played in Newcastle. May Thompson, turnaround jumper. That was a tough shot for May Thompson.
Again, good contest, Johnson Thompson. His athleticism was highlighted by Ishmael Fontaine to me before the game as the three.
May Thompson collects the loose ball. Here is Harrison. As we enter the final 2 minutes of the half, Harrison looking for Smith. Good footwork from Smith. A bit of space and makes them pay. That was pretty footwork from Malcolm Smith, getting Hafiz Abdul jumping for joy.
It's Malcolm Smith. I mean, what? I don't know what else I can add right there. No, it's very, very nice footwork. Had him jumping out of his shoes.
2022 Kit King Trophy Final MVP. Malcolm Smith, what a performance he had in Sheffield that day. As Einan goes to the hoop and will go to the foul line.
Yeah, went in search of contact there, Einan. Gets it. Was hoping for an and one play. Into the land of the Giants.
As Ishmael Fontaine checks back in to the game, and Tola Okiki will take a seat. As Fontaine, you just saw in the picture there. Of course, head coach of the Division 3 Worthing Thunder team as well.
I mean, that man just loves basketball.
Absolutely, and you talk about a player that is all about the community of Worthing. Ishmael Fontaine's certainly one of them. Cousin actually plays for the Swedish national team, and of course the Sweden team were in Manchester on Thursday for a Eurobasket women qualifier, which they won against Great Britain, but cousin Natalie Fontaine wasn't there as Harrison puts in a three.
This man hasn't played all season with a dislocated shoulder, and he is shooting the lights out right now.
Right now has 11 points on 4 for 4 shooting, does Jace Harrison. Definitely has the hot hand. Maston gets it back from Smith. Smith now driving over 2 Thunder players. Einan with the rebound, and Einan travelled with it. I think you could see from the look on Einan's face, I think he knows it as we look at the replay. Gets the rebound. Oh, yeah. Just lifted the pivot foot a little bit. 57.1 seconds remaining in the half, and it's been all Derby Trailblazers in this second quarter. It was a close first period, 23-21, but the Trailblazers, who started on a 9-0 run in this second quarter, now have a 23-10 advantage, and overall, a 18-point lead.
Yes. Yeah, they have been clinical. They have been very, very clinical in their play. They're going against a short side. I think we need to acknowledge that. And they're making them work very, very hard on defense. And that was working well for Worthing for a long time. But now, I wonder if fatigue's setting in. Derby feeling a bit more comfortable, feeling their way into the game. And, I mean, their shooting is absolutely astronomical. 56% from 2. 70%, 7 of 10 from 3. And it's not like Worthing on contesting either.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you know, you talk about 2 teams that have a lot of history. Last season, of course, you could almost feel that Derby were hiding in the shadows of both Worthing and Hemel at the top of the NBL Division 1 table. Of course, Hemel winning it all and Worthing coming second, with Derby coming third. Of course, Derby reaching the semi-finals in pretty much every title, every tournament they were involved in. Of course, they got the jump on the Worthing Thunder in the National Cup final before losing to the Storm in Manchester. But it's a sort of tables turning, isn't it, this season, as Harrison puts it in. Great play there from the Trailblazers. Of course, Worthing now starting 1-3, Derby 4-1.
Yeah, Derby, a lot of unfinished business, I think, from them last season. And, of course, no side has gone unbeaten.
As Einan there goes for the 2 inside. 30 seconds left in the half. Smith bumped and will go to the foul line.
Will be called on Fontaine. The protestations of his innocence. I think there's definitely a little bit of hip involved there.
Malcolm Smith, a 70% foul shooter last season. Of those 31 points he got last week against Team Newcastle, 12 of them came in the fourth quarter. You can throw in 14 rebounds for that. And Smith, who's actually missed a free throw here tonight, was 9 for 9 up in the northeast as he makes the first.
I have Smith as well, 75.9% from the stripe so far this season.
Of course, has made Derby his home after a brief spell up in the northeast with Team Northumbria.
Very successful time up there as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
BP.
Einan creating a bit of space between him and May Thompson, misses the mid-range J, and again Derby, who lead by 20, can hold for the last shot of the half.
I've heard that before.
Maston inside to Smith, who misses everything. Good idea from Smith.
Good invention. 0.7 on the clock.
Yeah, 7/10 of a second remaining, so not really a lot of time for Thunder to get anything up, really, to be honest.
Well, they'll still give it a red hot go.
They'll still try it, yeah.
They can still technically shoot.
As Heinen picks it up, puts up a Hail Mary, and it's not too far away. That's Ishmael Fontaine. Shares a quick high five with the hometown Derby Trailblazer fans. And that ends an eventful first half where it was close in the first, but Derby have extended their lead from 2 points to 20 points at the end of the second period. They lead 53 to 33. They're shooting right now 60% from the field, and a very balanced scoring right now for the Trailblazers. Jace Harrison on 5 for 5 shooting, 3 of those from downtown, leads the way with 13 for the hometown team. Yeah,
like I say, balanced in scoring, and they're just, everything they're trying is coming off right now. And I don't think that's lack of effort. I just think they are that locked in this season, that clinical. Their finishing all year has been tremendous, and today is absolutely no exception to that. Also winning the battle on the boards, and I mean, they've got the lead. They've got 10 more assists as well. Everything they're trying, they are really clicking. They're a really polished, efficient unit right now.
Absolutely, and Hafiz Abdul so far with 13 points on 5 for 8 shooting, leading the way for the Thunder. For Thunder, what do you think they need to do to just get themselves back into this game? They started very well, very brightly, 6-0 start, but have just dropped off the pace a little bit.
Yeah, just looking how they've been on offense the last 10 minutes or so, they've gone away from what was really working for them early. It looks like they're now rushing decisions. They're making decisions that they weren't making earlier. A couple of shots from Heinen, and it's standing out to me because he started so red hot. And then he started to take a few shots where I think he would otherwise normally pass. So that's a betting in. This is a team that is going through a little bit of change, a little bit of upheaval. So they're just getting used to one another early doors in this season.
Absolutely. So it's half-time here at Derby Uni, and the Trailblazers lead 53-33 over the Worthing Thunder. So before the game, we did catch up with Matt Shaw of the Derby Trailblazers and Worthing Thunder's Ishmael Fontaine. Obviously, due to some slight internet connections, we weren't able to show you those interviews, but we will show you to them now as we reach halftime. So we'll be back in roughly 12 minutes' time.
Been joined by one of Worthing's fan favourite players, Ishmael Fontaine. Ishmael, it's been a bit of a tricky start to the season, but how big of a statement, an opportunity for you guys is it tonight?
Every game to win is an opportunity to do something towards winning a championship. So every game, if every game wasn't important when we was winning every game by 30 or whatever, every game's most important right now. So it could be Derby, it could be Barking, it could be anybody. Every game we come into, we need to get better and we need to win these games.
You guys have added Jake Heinen in the week. How big of a boost has that been around the camp and going into today?
I mean, the geezer's quality. He can shoot the ball, he can create for other guys, he moves, he's really friendly, and he's got a great group dynamic. He gelled straight away. So I'm really happy to have him. Actually happy not to have to guard him every day, every weekend or something. You know, he's a tough cover for anybody, anyone in this league. And
how you guys prepped for today's game? How's that gone?
I mean, we prep gets better every week, to be fair. You know, I don't want to overextend, overestimate or underestimate anybody. The last few weeks, Derby have been playing incredibly well, including Jonas Dietrich, my brother. He's been shooting the lights out, and, he comes out here, I watched him warm up, and he does the same thing. I've seen him for about 4 years, and it's just paying off right now. So as much as I want to win, I'm actually proud of him,
And final one, for people who may not have seen Worthing so far this season, what can we expect from you guys today?
There's 2 geezers that look exactly the same, and apparently they're brothers, very good basketball players. You've got me doing some things, I guess, trying to play defense, trying to run around. Jake Anon, you've got Hafiz Abdul, you've got the super athlete Dan Johnson-Thompson, and we've got a really, really cool team manager. He just got a turtle tattoo on his leg. Quality.
All right, Ish. Thank you very much for your time, and best of luck tonight.
Hey, thank you, brother. It's always good to see you.
And with Derby Trailblazers head coach Matt Shaw. Matt, thanks for your time. A brilliant, fantastic start to the season, 4-1. What has been some of the keys to your success so far?
Really pleased with how we've started. We've managed to bring the core of our team back, added a few new faces as well. Just playing together, working hard. I think each week we're getting a little bit better, so hopefully we can continue on that way today.
You've been really efficient. I mean, how have you gone about that?
Got a lot of different weapons this year, so we know any given night could be someone's turn, and when someone's hot, we've really done a good job of finding the basketball. A couple of weeks ago, Jonas, killed it. Following week, it was Malcolm and Sam. So I feel like we've got a lot of options, and we're doing a good job finding those guys.
You got Worthing Thunder coming in, obviously not quite the start they would be expecting, but we know that they're a tough team. They've got new recruits as well. How has that impacted your prep at all, and how have you prepared for today's game?
I think we're prepared pretty well, but always interesting when they announce someone the day before a game, throws you off a little bit. We know Jake quite a bit because we played him a couple of weeks ago when he was at London before he moved. So that's been a little bit helpful in terms of having a scout ready on him personally. How he'll impact the way they play, not too sure yet, but I think they probably did need someone in that position at the guard spot, so really good signing for them, and hopefully we can handle that today.
Now, for anybody who hasn't seen Derby play this year, what can we expect from you guys tonight?
Hoping we see a lot of really good team basketball. Really been doing a good job this year, really clogging up the lanes and making it difficult in terms of defensively. Not limiting them just to one shot. That's going to be a key for us tonight, I think, and then getting out and trying to score quickly against them.
Your place. Some seriously good merchandise as well, including a tie-dye hoodie, which is something you don't see every day.
That sounds like a bit of you, John.
I've already had a few texts actually about the Basketball England uniform I'm wearing, as is part of the NBL Live attire that I have to wear, and that's available on basketballengland.co.uk as well. Abdul inside, big block from May Thompson, who didn't even need to leave his feet.
A foul on Abdul. That's compounding a really good play with a less good play. And it took us 7 minutes in the game for us to have our first foul. In the second half, we've got it within 30 seconds. 9
turnovers for the Thunder. Here is May Thompson putting the moves on Ward.
They've kept their turnover count relatively low this season, averaging 14.4 per game.
Maston
which isn't
going
egregious by any count.
Absolutely, as Maston going inside, Smith battled with it, and the Trailblazers will actually keep the ball.
Yeah, last touch off Toller Akiki as that was rolling, trickling, agonisingly out of play.
The human thesaurus, you are Darren Paul.
That's what they call me. It's an interesting nickname, but
hopefully that'll stick. 5 on the shot clock. Dietrich puts in a mid-range jumper.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Again, he was one of the first players, certainly the first Derby player, out on the floor pre-game getting his shots up, and that's exactly why.
Well, probably got the performance of the season. We are in the early stages of this Division 1 season, but 12 for 14 from downtown in late October. 37 points for Dietrich against Hemel Storm. And then you went from hot to cold, because last week he was 1 for 5 from the field against Newcastle, but they still got the win, so I'm not sure he'll be too bothered about that.
He's a baller.
Einan going inside, count it. No, it's a foul, is it? It will count, yes. Not sure what the referees were calling there when that ball went in. Looked like he was just about to wave it off. As you see there, Einan driving inside, Maston with the clear smack to the wrist. And Jake Einan now moves on to 10 points, make it 11 on his Worthing Thunder bow.
This is a great response from Einan and Worthing Thunder more generally at the start of the third period. Again, they started this game red hot, and they really cooled in that second.
Marsden out to May Thompson. Good closeout defense from Ward, and May Thompson misses everything. That's good defense from Tom Ward, and for a guy who has made up pretty much his own name of death, taxes, and a jump shot by Tom Ward as 3 certainties in life. His defense is not really spoken about that much.
No, and I think it's unfortunate.
As Abdul goes inside.
Fabulous bit of individual basketball there from Hafiz Abdul. I thought that was really good team defense on that previous play by Worthing in general. Tom Ward being a key part of that.
Dietrich Maston, the leading scorer in Division 1 so far this season, averaging 27.4 points per game. Currently, though, at the moment, only has 7 points on 3 for 7 shooting, as there is an object on the court.
Yeah, Kiki making life really difficult for Marsden last time up the floor. As the issue with the court has been rectified.
Einan. Abdul on the catch and shoot, and Abdul so far struggling from the field in this third quarter, but still a good shooting performance in the first half. He was 3 for 4 from downtown, but he's missed his second three-pointer of the day as Dietrich comes up with the loose ball. It's 2-on-2. Maston inside, agonizingly rolls out. Now Sam Maston now trundles up the other side. Ward a 2. Big rebound inside from Abdul, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Thunder will keep possession. And for Sam Maston, his first season with the Trailblazers, and actually comes from Northern State University, and some Solent Kestrel fans will be familiar with that name, as Ian Smith came from the same university.
His first season as a professional, and he's making one heck of an impact.
Absolutely.
So far.
33 points last week against Derby. He was on the rebound team of the week from that performance. Shot clock winding down. Einan for 3.
Oh my. Forgive me, that was a real good shot.
Well, if there's one strength Jake Einan has, is he's a dead-eye shooter. So Thunder fans who love their three-pointers over at the Worthing Leisure Centre will love this signing for sure. Johnson driving at Ward. Maston. And Maston, I think, stepped out of bounds. So another turnover for the Trailblazers. Thunder get the ball.
Yeah, giving an assist on the bench there to Ishmael Fontaine, making it very plainly known to everybody in attendance. Derby take time.
Yeah, take a timeout, and good spell this for the Thunder. They're trailing right now by 14 points, and so far getting the better of Derby in the last 2 minutes or so.
Again, they've not been doing a whole lot wrong all game. I think, we were talking off air that this Derby Trailblazers team are just really good, and they're just really hitting their shots. Worthing have been making things difficult, and Worthing have stepped up that defensive intensity. They're making life, again, for Maston, Akiki did a great job on him a couple of times up the floor, just really putting the pressure on. And it doesn't matter how good you are, if you keep consistently making life difficult, you're going to get put into difficult places.
Absolutely, it's been a free-flowing game so far, as both teams only gone to the line a total of 8 times so far, so a very free-flowing game of basketball here in front of the biggest ever Derby Trailblazers crowd. A near full house here at Derby Uni. And as we can look over us, now we're on the balcony on the commentary deck right near the camera crew, and looking down at the crowd, and it is very hard to actually see an empty seat. It's great to see, and this is what NBL basketball is all about, as Abdul goes for 3 and puts it in. 2 quick threes for the Thunder. And it's now an 11-point game.
No, that's big. Got to capitalise when the other team aren't able to finish up the floor.
8-2 start to this third quarter from the Thunder. So Derby in a bit of a lapse right now as Maston looking to get going. Smith over 3 Thunder players. That's off right, and away come Worthing again. Okiki did well to catch on to that pass from Abdul. 5 to shoot. Abdul inside, gets it to go again.
Very good finish through contact. It was a good contest by Marsden. But he did, and that was really good ball movement as well. That allowed him the opportunity.
Maston going inside, he wanted a foul. And Derby have re-established their double-digit lead, now lead 57-46. Akiki spins on Johnson. Einan driving at Johnson, going inside, misses everything, and Marsden with the rebound. Marsden 10 points, 16 rebounds last week against Newcastle. So far, that's only his second rebound of the game. Harrison blows by his man and misses the jumper. That is Jace Harrison's first miss of the game.
Worthing need to take a breath. They need to take a moment.
Good defense from Harrison as Johnson Thompson was going to go for the shot. Abdul, Ward, Okiki, a three. That would have been a big three-pointer for the Thunder.
Huge. He was wide open. It was the right call, in my opinion.
Maston a three at the other end, and it's the same result. And Abdul snatches it off Corey Johnson.
Just off to the left.
And as you say, Darren, Thunder were just quickening up the pace a little bit on offense, but Einan now slowing it down.
That's okay to be quick.
Offensive foul called as Ward's two will not count. That's on Jake Einan.
Off the ball collision, and it's moments like that that have caught them a couple of times.
As Einan will take a seat, and the Fairburn twins come in. Abdul is the other player to take a seat for the Thunder. As Charlie Brown comes in for the Trailblazers, Malcolm Smith takes a seat. 4:18 remaining in the third here at Derby Uni.
There were some strange bits of spacing from Worthing the last couple of times up the floor. I wonder if fresh legs may just help that out.
Johnson. Great handles there from Corey Johnson as Ward was going for the steal. Okiki. Tyler Fairburn backing down Brown. Charlie Brown, a good defender. And inside it goes to John Fairburn, who misses the two. Thunder will keep playing. Ward and Harrison gets the rebound. The shot clock buzzer actually went off. Some of the Derby players had stopped playing there, but Tom Ward, the veteran, kept it alive.
Yeah, they had a fresh 14.
And a foul called on the play.
Jace Harrison, man. He is having himself a day.
13 points on 5 for 6 shooting, is still yet to miss from downtown. You can chuck in 5 assists for good measure.
Of course, he was a player development coach with the London Lions BBL outfit, in addition to his play in D1.
Absolutely, what a standout he was for Barking Abbey under James Veer. Jace Harrison now in his second season with the Trailblazers. Brown, who creates the turnover there, but Charlie Brown, another player who has been exceptionally loyal to the Trailblazers, has come through the junior divisions, every age group, and now in his 6th season with the team, or the senior team.
Just 22. Spent his whole career.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important for basketball in this country, is a turnover.
Here is Brown. Harrison. Corey Johnson, who misses the handle. Good defense again from Tom Ward. Tom Ward defensively really stepping up in this third quarter, and one of the reasons that Worthing are actually getting themselves slowly but surely back into this.
Defensive intensity. They say defense wins championships. You can certainly win your basketball games.
Johnson Thompson driving at Mate Thompson. And away comes Corey Johnson. Behind the back pass. I don't think that was actually, I don't think he actually meant to do that, but as a Worthing player was coming, as you see here, it was John Fairburn who was almost going right into him as Malcolm Smith's brief cameo on the bench comes to an end. Rob Marsden takes a seat.
The foul itself was called on Toler Akiki. Zaire wasn't thrilled by, I don't think he was thrilled by the play and the call.
You can see that a part of Zaire Taylor just wants to be on that court right now, can't you?
Oh, there's a reason he's come back. He's a hooper, isn't he?
A few of the, as Jace Harrison steals it off Akiki. May Thompson goes inside and gets it to go. Great hustle defense there. Full court pressure from the Trailblazers, and they now lead by 13.
Again, huge credit has to go to Jace Harrison. He's making life very difficult for everybody in a blue jersey on the floor again.
Absolutely, and another nearly another turnover there. Johnson Thompson gets one to go.
Yeah, very good finish by Johnson Thompson. Again, heads aren't dropping for Thunder. They are down, they're in a bit of a hole, but they're battling.
Averaging 12 points, 8 rebounds in his first season in Worthing as May Thompson misses the short two. Here is Okiki, and a chance for Thunder to trim it to single digits again. Ward puts up a two. And Tom Ward, normally automatic from that range, misses on that attempt. Here is Smith. Smith Euro steps his way in. May Thompson over Fairbairn, gets it to go, and a foul.
And that's 5 team fouls for the Thunder. 1:20 left in the period. Anything now, heading straight to the stripe.
60% from the field, as you see May Thompson getting that to go. 6 for 10 from the field for Raheem May Thompson, a former Leicester Riders, Cheshire Phoenix, Worcester Wolves player back in the day. Now settling into life in the National Basketball League with the Derby Trailblazers, who lead 61-48 against the Thunder, who obviously had a bit of a stiff talking to in the dressing room from Zaire Taylor. Of course, Zaire Taylor unable to play tonight as he is the only coach of the Worthing Thunder due to the departure of assistant coach Chris Wright earlier this week. And for Zaire Taylor, we spoke about it briefly, but you can just see that he just is itching to come on to the court. Obviously he can't, but made his return last week against Loughborough Riders, and a great servant of the British basketball community. But likewise on the other side for Matt Shaw, who's been a part of the Derby basketball program seemingly forever, and great memories of the late great Clarence Wiggins as well, who mentored him throughout his coaching playing career, and now a head coach of the Derby Trailblazers, led them to King glory in 2022, and now hopefully ushering in a new era for the Trailblazers as they build on a fantastic academy here.
I mean, the team, well, the academy is a really interesting point. They do have players that have come right the way through out there, and in the overall program, the EABL program is really very, very impressive. And the team, I was talking about Raheem May Thompson earlier. As the three-point play goes, it's just like, what a signing. And then you look through the Trailblazers roster, and there's a lot of players where you see them acquire them, and you're like, that's a heck of a signing.
Absolutely. Certainly one of the teams that was hotly talked about in the offseason, the Derby Trailblazers. So far, 4-1 in NBL1 there. One loss coming in a thriller against Nottingham Hoods, 106-100, as Einan connects inside. Charlie Brown nearly travelled with it there, but just about kept it going. Here is Dietrich. Dietrich has it back. May Thompson inside to Smith. Good defense there from John Fairbairn, and here is Jake Einan. Einan pulls up for three. That's short. And away, well, nearly away came Corey Johnson. Still has it. Bit of a scramble at midcourt. Abdul thought about the three, but Charlie Brown came to met him inside. Abdul, who was looking for the dunk, and instead will go to the line.
It's a really, really good bit of basketball there from Hafiz Abdul. Again, he's already had the footwork treatment earlier from Malcolm Smith, giving him a bit of that sauce back. Against the foul, wasn't able to get the finish he was after. These Fairbairn boys, they are great fun. I am really enjoying seeing the twins, John and Tyler. They are.
As a substitution is coming in, Sam Maston checks in. Charlie Brown takes a seat, and you mention the Fairbairn twins, who are very popular amongst the Worthing Thunder fans. Of course, both of them came just across the M27 on the south coast from the Kestrels, where they stood out in Division 2 last season.
Yeah, both having a fantastic time for the Kestrels last year and playing, of course, EABL Itchin. Playing for the London West Side before that and the Kingston Wildcats before that even further. But they are bringing a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, and they're working hard on both ends of the floor, in particular on the defensive end. They are putting in an absolute shift. But it's intelligent. It's not just mindless.
Final seconds of the third. May Thompson on the buzzer. And that's just short. And that ends a very competitive third quarter. And you feel, even though Derby have a 62-50 lead, it's still all to play for. And you can sense that Worthing can come back into this. That was a good third period for Zaire Taylor's guys.
John, come on. You're talking about the National Basketball League here. That's what we expect. We expect good, close action like this. Yes, again, I feel like a broken record, but Worthing haven't been making particular mistakes. They've not been playing particularly poorly. The decision-making has been fairly sound. And then when that shot stops dropping, there you go. This is what we see. Derby have. They've had their life made a bit more difficult. It's going to be really interesting to see because, again, we've got a very large bench with Derby and a very short bench with Worthing Thunder. Very intrigued to see how this fourth is going to play out.
Absolutely, and 62-50 is the score. Derby with the lead, shooting 51% from the field. They were 60% in half-time, so they've dropped their field goal percentage a bit, and that is mainly down to the good defense, getting up and challenging the jump shooters from Thunder, and obviously Tom Ward has been a standout for there, but for the Trailblazers, they've kept that lead going, and every time Thunder have put together a positive spell, Derby have hit back.
Yeah, absolutely. Derby, I mean, this is going to sound a bit silly. They're not out of this game. They're never out of this game for a moment. Even if they gave up a couple of consecutive baskets, they were easily able to find their way inside themselves and just make things happen. The fouls, they are going to hurt Worthing. They cannot afford to get in foul trouble too early because that is where this game will just get away from them in a hurry.
You see Hafiz Abdul there for the Thunder on 20 points, 7 rebounds so far, leading all scorers. Raheem May Thompson, Jace Harrison leading the way, both with 13 for Derby as the final quarter gets underway here at Derby Uni. Jake Einan. It's imperative that Thunder get out to a good start in this fourth period. As Einan fading away, gets it to go. That's a tough shot. Great degree of difficulty for Jake Einan, who now moves on to 18.
That was a tremendous shot. That was absolutely ridiculous. And then followed up, unfortunately for Derby, with a foul called on Corey Johnson. So it's going to be the score and possession going the way of Worthing.
Well, we said that Thunder needed to have a good start to this fourth quarter, and what better way to start it than back-to-back potentially back-to-back scores.
Absolutely, and again, an early foul against Derby, early foul against one of Derby's big summer signings.
Thunder took the third period 17-9. As Einan has it. Shot clock winding down. Einan misses the two. Did have other options there as well.
Had other options. He backs himself, though. He's a scorer. He's one of the leading scorers in this game.
Johnson, a three. No. And Smith collects the offensive board. Dietrich, the extra pass. Maston, a three. And now Sam Maston is going to go to the foul line for 3 shots.
That's
about the
John
worst. Fairburn.
I mean, hey, positive. They're getting out to him. They're getting out to everybody. Again, I don't think we'd have seen that last week. They weren't quite getting to their spots. I mean, unfortunately, you fouled him. You've sent him to line, which is about the worst case scenario about how that play could have gone. As he hits his first.
5 for 6 from the foul line last week in the win over Newcastle. Sam Maston, of course, like we said earlier, a graduate of Northern State University, same university as former Solent guard Ian Smith. 2 seasons actually at Northern State, totaled 1,010 points, 379 rebounds and 307 assists. Try saying that a couple of times.
Astronomical figures.
4 double-doubles, 1 triple-double, if you really want to know as well. And Derby lead by 13. First minute played in the fourth.
Tom Ward's back in for John Fairburn.
Einen looking for options, nearly travelled with it, and Ward stepped out of bounds.
That's, how would we call that, an unforced error, almost. Made it really difficult for him initially, Einen, to find a pass, and then just a ankle.
Not much in it,
heel
was
on
there?
the line, yeah.
Of course, the lines here, the basketball lines are black here on this blue court. Same colour actually as Worthing Thunder's a very nice away shirt. Maston from the wing. Sam Maston really struggling from downtown so far. Now 1 for 4. Abdul travelled with it. Very similar to what happened to Jake Einen in the second quarter.
Again, I was looking at the turnover numbers earlier, and they were pretty low for Worthing. They've done a pretty good job.
13th turnover for the Thunder in this game, and that's I believe the 14th turnover now for the Trailblazers.
I mean, that's good for Worthing, because that's 3 more than what Derby have been averaging this season.
Thunder so far shooting 39% from the field so far. Einen. Nice pass. Fairburn a 3. Doesn't go. Ward on the offensive board collects the loose pass and scores.
Again, not giving up on the plate, being really aggressive on offense.
Please, Abdul wanted an offensive foul there. Malcolm Smith going all the way.
Tom Ward,
very
great.
out of control there.
Fabulous bit of defense there by Tom Ward. Knew he wasn't able to get the rebound, but did bounce it back off Malcolm Smith, who I think is headed to the
bench.
sideline.
Yeah. Rob Marsden will check in for Smith. Malcolm Smith so far 8 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. So you could say with 7:52 remaining, he could be on a triple-double watch. Just saying. Rob Marsden.
just willing it into being, are you?
Rob Marsden checks in, currently on 4 points and 2 boards, but Rob Marsden yet to miss from the field in this game. Abdul leading all scorers at this moment on 20 points. Here he is on the ball, collecting it from Ward, going inside, no good. And Dietrich couldn't quite hang on to it, and the frustration there for Jonas Dietrich as Thunder retain possession. As Tola Rakiki will come back in, and Ishmael Fontaine will take a seat.
So this is their starting 5 back out on the floor for the Thunder.
No doubt we'll be seeing this 5 for the majority of the fourth period, it has to be said, as Thunder looking to trim it to single figures. Rakiki driving at Maston and foul, no, travels. Another travel for the Thunder. Tola Rakiki not quite sure why. You can see on the replay, it might be a bit difficult to see it here as Maston and Raheem May Thompson blocking the view, but either way, Derby have possession. 7:10 remaining in the fourth. Maston. Marsden. Across it goes to May Thompson, who is fouled by Abdul. Suffocating defense from Hafiz Abdul, but too much for the referee's liking.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes, everything is going the way of Derby Trailblazers. Worthing turning the ball over. How many is that? Two travels, stepped out of bounds.
Dietrich, a catch and shoot 3. No good. And Akiki, a rebound.
He's got the lane.
All the way as well. On the follow, but a foul has been called before Johnson Thompson got the tip in. That's no basket.
Seen that play again, just again being aggressive when you have the opportunity to. It's a real good whack by Dietrich. Again, just contesting the ball, nothing more than that.
Tola Rakiki now to the line for the Thunder. Had 14.7 rebounds in the loss last week to Loughborough, but actually made all 6 of his free throws. As you see, Zaire Taylor. Now, Tola Rakiki should be going to the line here. So I'm unsure as to why it's an end-line ball. Unless the foul happened just before he went up, but I mean, from me and you standpoint,
Zaire's not happy.
Zaire
We're going to take another look.
As we see the replay of this, love to know where the foul happened then, because I thought that was the layup was the foul attempt. But either way, we keep going, and now Derby have a ball.
Derby ball. Johnson Thompson needs to really watch himself just for a second there. He looked like he was about to volley that thing into Pride Park.
Well, Pride Park's not far away from here, is it?
It's still been a heck of a kick.
Maston inside to Marsden. And it's stolen away from the Thunder, but it's straight to Marsden, who scores.
And it's all going the way of the Trailblazers right now.
Abdul driving at May Thompson, goes inside, and Hafiz Abdul will go to the line. A little smirk there as well from Tola Rakiki, just away from camera there, as Hafiz Abdul now goes to the foul line. That's Hafiz Abdul, who leads the team, not just here tonight, but overall 16 points a game, 2.5 steals. As he nearly misses everything with that second foul shot. Tom Ward got the offensive rebound. But here comes Marsden, here comes Maston, excuse me, for the Trailblazers, driving at Ward and banks it home. And slowly but surely, now the Trailblazers up by 14. Einan fakes his man, and ball goes out of bounds, and that will stay with Worthing.
That's a nice idea. Again, it's just those moments, isn't it, in the game? And we've seen a run of them in short order going the way of the Trailblazers. But when you make things happen, good things happen.
Abdul driving at May Thompson, kicks it out to Akiki. Shot clock at 5. Einan a 3, a deep 3, and Jake Einan will go to the foul line now. And you can see now both teams getting themselves to the foul line so far. We started the fourth quarter with only 8 total free throws in the entire game, and now it's building a little bit.
It absolutely is. I mean, it's still a close, intense matchup, certainly being played that way on the floor. It's not as well reflected on the scoreboard, 14 points the difference. One thing I did notice on that final play of the floor, Trailblazers really looking to collapse in the paint. They've clearly think that they've been given too much of an easy time for Worthing, getting inside. So now they're trying to take that away. Einan goes 2 of 3 at the strike.
Worthing now 5 of 10 from the free throw line here tonight.
Ooh.
Harrison. May Thompson just about collects, banks it home again. Derby finding success inside.
Good body control, both players. Really good offense.
Abdul looking for room, gets a 3 up, misses nearly everything. It just came off to the right. Harrison for the Trailblazers, looking to create a little more breathing space between them and Worthing. Harrison inside again, a bucket inside for the Trailblazers.
That was all Jace Harrison there. Great footwork on the outside, got by his man, and a crisp finish. He's having himself a ball game.
And just having another issue with the court here, as we see Tola Rakiki in the view. As said, 14.7 rebounds against Loughborough Riders last week. Actually a former British Basketball League player, spells with the Worcester Wolves and the Plymouth Raiders before they became the City Patriots. As Okiki and Johnson-Thompson collide and away come the Trailblazers, but another foul has gone, another whistle, excuse me, has gone. That happened away from the ball, so Thunder will collect it.
Yeah, Matt Shaw, not 100% convinced by the explanation. Oh, Tom Ward with the fancy footwork. Can that man, what can't he do?
Well, Tom Ward, a resident of Brighton, so obviously not far away from where Brighton and Hove Albion play, and Ward connects on a mid-range jumper. Harrison fouled by Ward at mid-court. Matt Shaw was looking at a potential unsportsmanlike there, but referees not having any of it.
There's a play at the ball there, and he's certainly not the last man.
As Jonas Dietrich comes out to the applause of a near full house here at Derby Uni.
Tolorakiki with a wild swipe at the ball there. Again, he's lucky not to have contacted the player.
Harrison goes inside, goes for the layup. Bit of a wild layup for Harrison. Here is Ward.
If that one goes, my lord.
And a backcourt violation has been called. Jake Einen's not sure about that. Let's just have a look at the replay here. There's Tom Ward. No, that's not a backcourt violation. Well, that's a tough call, I'm not going to lie.
It is.
I mean, obviously, we have the benefit of looking at the replays. The referees don't, so they call it as they see it in the moment. But I must admit, I think Derby getting away with one there.
It's one of those where it just looks weird.
Corey Johnson short with the two, and away come the Worthing Thunder. Guess it's that old saying of ball don't lie, I guess. Hafiz Abdul going inside on the follow, Johnson-Thompson. Ward has it, and now Johnson-Thompson at the fourth attempt.
Again, they're not going away, Worthing.
Trailing by 12.
They're still battling for it.
May Thompson misses everything that came off Tolorakiki last, and the frustration of the Thunder number 5 as Malcolm Smith checks out.
I think that might be word of the day for Thunder, frustration. They're going to watch this one back. They're going to have seen themselves do some really good stuff and make some unforced errors along the way.
May Thompson, a baseline jumper is money.
Terrific shot. Really, really good shot.
Ward looking to respond, and that's long. Johnson-Thompson on the second attempt. Again, Worthing battling away, and another, or nearly another steal there, but Okiki had his back turned. He would have got that. May Thompson misses the handle. Bit of a scrappy sequence from both teams.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit as we get into the late stages of this one. Still, right, it's the entertaining.
Okiki puts in a three. Worthing now have trimmed it to single figures.
This press, it's really working for them.
It's working well for Thunder so far. Maston and Derby beat it. Harrison responds in kind. 4 for 4 from downtown for Jace Harrison.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what press you put in this side of the floor. If Jace Harrison gets it, it's going in the hole.
Okiki responds at the other end. He wanted a foul, but Thunder respond again. 10-point game. Worthing are not going away here.
And they don't know quit, these boys.
Harrison again, and misses his first three-point attempt of the game as Einen is fouled by Harrison. 2:13 remaining, and Thunder still in this, and we've seen it time and time again in years gone by. Teams can all of a sudden put together very quick-fire 10-0 runs. Thunder's certainly one of those teams who can do it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at the players they've got on the bench, on the floor, as they have taken time I think that was Worthing Thunder. It looked like it was Worthing Thunder. Now there's a... Oh, no, it was Derby. It's a very important number on that board, John. It's number 5, and that's underneath Derby.
Absolutely,
They've made 5 fouls, so anything now, and it's the red bars on your screen, any fouls now, that is going to send Thunder to the line. They need to be really disciplined with their own fouls. They've got one more to give, essentially. Well,
so
they've really
far,
got to start hitting. They've got to start hitting from the line.
Absolutely. But the good thing for Thunder so far is they haven't got any players in foul trouble.
Yep,
and that's another thing. A number of players are on 2 fouls, but not one player is on 3 fouls for the Thunder right now. So they have a good advantage, but time really isn't on their side. But like I said, if any teams have come back from these deficits before, we've seen it over the years a few times. Worthing are more than capable of overturning this lead.
2:13 left in a game of basketball is an absolute eternity. Especially when we get into that final 2 minutes, everything slows down, takes a little bit longer, so long as they execute on offense and do not give away anything silly on defense.
Absolutely, and you can sense that the near full house here inside the University of Derby just getting a little bit nervous as Jake Einan goes to the line. It's a near full house inside the University of Derby tonight. A record crowd for Derby Trailblazers as game night MC Nigel Cash praised the fans just before the 3rd period. Einan makes both big free throws, and free throws now are of vital importance. But look at this at the other end. Harrison though misses it, and away come the Thunder.
Kiki somehow stays in bounds.
Wild pass though from Akiki, and Jake Einan couldn't hang on.
What is that I've been saying? I've been talking about execution. And both sides, both ends of the floor.
Both players, though, need to get back on defense, but the ball goes out of bounds. Now, that should be near the Derby basket as no one touched it. And a technical foul has been called. Just wondering who that technical foul is on.
Yeah, we didn't get the best shot of it.
It's on the Trailblazers. So Jake Einan will go to the line.
That went on. It must have gone on Maston.
Jake Einan has made the free throw.
It was off the ball contact.
But either way, Worthing, the more vital part is Worthing have the ball. 2:03 remaining near the Derby basket. 2:03 left.
And a fresh 14 on the clock, so they've got time to work.
And it's a 7-point game. Einan inside, Johnson, Thompson hammers home, and it's now 78-73.
One of the first rim hangers of the game, he's letting him know.
It's all to play for. And Derby, Sam Maston nearly lost the ball to Ward. He's on the floor. Inside to Maston. Oh, Maston scores.
That from Johnson was absolutely fantastic. He stayed on his tiptoes. He knew exactly where he was. Got the assist.
Okiki inside misses everything. Maston comes up with it. It's now 3-on-1. But Jake Einan with great defense, but he doesn't quite hold it. And Derby have the ball. 1:17 remaining.
This is ridiculous. This is absolutely fantastic. And the 1-on-3 right there, the one coming up huge. Like you say, just out of bounds before he could drag that back.
What a sequence of play that was. Jake Einan temporarily wearing number 0. Is awaiting his number 44 jersey. Maybe he should wear the number 0 shirt. He's been unconscious tonight on his debut. May Thompson, Johnson a 3. That would have been a dagger. But Maston now will slow it down as we enter the final minute. Harrison, Johnson a 3. Splash! A dagger 3. For the Trailblazers, right into the heart of the Thunder. Einan to respond. Abdul with the rebound, and he puts it in at the second attempt.
Right now, it's just about Worthing. Just do what got you. back in this game.
Well, it's an 8-point lead. Make that a 10-point deficit for the Thunder. And you must say that is now that. A brave fight from Worthing, but Derby just coming through in the clutch.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a reason that they've only lost for one game this year. They are clinical, and in the big moments, they've really shown it.
As Einan misses the 2, and away comes the Trailblazers. It's 3-on-1. Maston, thank you very much. Shot clock is off. It's a 12-point lead for the Trailblazers, and Worthing now will slow it down. Johnson-Thompson with the layup, but it's academic, as Derby will improve to 5-1 in NBL1. Thunder still on 1 win this season. This will be their 4th loss. But for now, the Derby Trailblazers have picked up an important win. They are now 2-0 at the University of Derby. And just quickly, Darren, before you head downstairs, a good win, but a very hard-fought performance from the Trailblazers.
They've had to earn that. They have had to earn every single basket, every single point out there. And one comment before I head downstairs, I don't want to see any heads down on that Worthing bench. They have taken the best team in the country right now, right to the wire, and putting a great account of themselves. What a brilliant advert for our sport.
Absolutely, as Darren now makes his way downstairs, and Sam Maston leading the way for the Trailblazers. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Another stellar performance from the Derby Trailblazers. Number 5, Jace Harrison, with 18 points on 7 of 11 shooting. 4 for 5 from downtown for Jace Harrison tonight. Leading all scorers on his debut, Jake Einan for the Worthing Thunder with 23 points. He had a fast start for Worthing and finishes with 23 points. Hafiz Abdul also with 23 points on 9 for 17 shooting. But the Trailblazers have come away with a big win at this early stage of the season tonight here at the University of Derby, where they have played 2 and won 2 here in this wonderful venue in front of their biggest ever crowd. And they have been treated to a fantastic game. What an advert for NBL Live basketball here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. As you see the highlights of what has been an enthralling game here in the East Midlands tonight. Worthing made Derby sweat towards the end, as you see Jake Einan with that beautiful fadeaway shot at the start of the 4th period, and Worthing were getting buckets, no doubt, in the final quarter and really making Derby work for that win. As you see Sam Maston inside, he had 20 points for the Trailblazers, leading the way. And speaking of Sam Maston, Darren has managed to catch up with the Derby number 5, and hopefully we have got him right now. Darren, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, John. Sam, congratulations on the victory, 87-77, and a cool 20 points from yourself. But it looked like a real battle out there. Worthing pushed you guys right to the limits.
Yeah, no, they're a scrappy bunch, and they did some things defensively that I don't think we've really seen yet this year. They pick you up full court, and they kind of disrupted our offense a little bit. So, you know, it was one of those games where we kind of had to find a way to win, and honestly, I think it's good for us, and it's something that'll pay off down the line towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, you guys in the first half, you could not miss in your shooting. Just how does that feel for a team when everything you're trying is paying off in a big way like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, we got a really good shooting group. We got guys that can definitely make shots at a high clip, but I thought in that first half, you know, we really did a really good job defensively, and I thought that led to some easier looks offensively, and we generated good shots. And when you generate good shots, they tend to go in at a higher percentage, and that's what we saw in the first half. And so, yeah, it was good to see, and it definitely boosts the confidence of everyone around, so it was good.
It was getting a little bit hairy in the last couple of minutes. Just talk us through that last 3 or 4 minutes where Worthing, they just did not go away, did they?
No, yeah, it looked a little bit like an ugly pickup game there at the end. We were all a little fatigued and kind of, I think that played a role in it. But, you know, sometimes that's how you got to grind out wins like that. And so I think for us it was just staying composed, taking care of the ball, and getting good shots there towards the end. I thought we did that when it mattered, and fortunate enough to get the win. But, yeah, it was close there for a second.
How does a big win, big game like this over what, I mean, could be a real rival to you later in the year, how does that set you guys up for the remainder of the way?
Yeah, no, it's huge for us. I mean, we just try and take it one game at a time. It's such a long season, and for us, you know, dropped the first one of the year at Nottingham, and so for us, we've been trying to put wins together and string them together, and so it's been good to see, and I think we're getting better each and every game, and so we're having to win games in different ways, and that's good. So it was an awesome showing from the fans today, and definitely a great win for us.
All right, congratulations on the win, Sam Masden. Brilliant job.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Darren. As the highlights keep on coming as Jake Einen, what a debut he had for the Thunder here tonight. 23 points on 7 for 21 shooting, 6 assists for the Worthing Thunder number 0, who will eventually revert to his trademark jersey number 44. He's waiting for it at the moment, but what a performance from him, and Thunder fans no doubt will be looking forward to Jake Einen at the Worthing Leisure Centre. But for now, Darren has Worthing Thunder's Hafiz Abdul.
Hafiz, and commiserations on the game, but you guys, you took them all the way to the wire. Just talk to us about your feelings on the matchup.
We knew it was going to be a tough game. They have a great team. Malcolm's been at it for years. Jonas, another one, played every level. Even a guy coming in now, their import, great player. Yeah, man, they're great pieces great pieces on their team. So we knew it was going to be a fight. Came, and I feel like our guys gave it their best. You know, every minute they were in, we're still putting pieces to the puzzle. You know, so we're still working things out. And yeah, man, it was a tough loss.
Talk to us about the impact that Jake Einen's had already on your team. I mean, he started this game red hot and looked to have things ticking with you guys immediately.
It just speaks to how intelligent he is. It didn't take many practices for him to come to, and he ran through our plays, understood it. Even on the way up, he's studying the plays and going through who's where and who he wants to put in what places in each play. And yeah, it just speaks to how intelligent he is as a player. He's come in and he's been great for us. Been great. And I can't speak more about his character. Great guy too.
And again, a similar question to what I asked Sam just then. How does today's performance, take the result away, but look at the performance, how you guys played, how does that set you up for the remainder of this year and this season?
I think going forward, so we know where we stack up against a great team like Derby, great every year, contend every single year. So this is a great matchup. You know, our guys are like teething to get at these guys and find out, where we stand. And I feel like that's giving them a lot of confidence. You know, we have a lot of young guys on our team, and they really need that to see that level, to see what the top end of this league is. And I feel like Derby gave us everything, So yeah, I think that's moving forward. We know what we have to compete to, the level we have to stay at, and I think moving forward, we took a lot of steps forward today. I feel like we did good. We did good in that aspect.
Well, commiserations on the result, but a fantastic game for your guys. Thank you very much, Hafiz.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Hafiz. Thank you, Darren. And that ends what has been an enthralling contest here at the University of Derby, as you see the Derby fans just shooting around on the hoops on the court in front of what was tonight a record crowd here at the University of Derby. Derby Trailblazers, biggest ever crowd, and what a performance they put in tonight against a very tricky Worthing Thunder outfit, who no doubt, despite defeat, will hold their heads up high in the early stages of this season. No doubt they will be back and be gunning for playoff positions. My thanks to Darren Paul for all of his insight. I've been John Hobbs. Have a pleasant evening wherever you are across the country. Good night for now, and thank you for tuning in to the Basketball England YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Good night.